You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What is going down? What the fuck is going down? It is your boy, Studio McGyver, and you are listening to Studio McGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome to episode 171, guys. Goddamn, that's a lot of episodes. Anyway, if you're new to the podcast, welcome. If you're into anime, if you're into video games, nerd culture, then we do all of that here. You've come to the fucking right place. And let's get started with today's show. There's a lot going on out here in these digital streets, my listeners. It's a lot. So many things are happening, man. One in particular, we have something called a Summer Game Fest demo event. Okay, yeah, that's a lot to take in, but it is a thing, and I will be talking about that. Also, Xbox, some new Xbox news. Xbox has a lot to do with this episode, guys. We're going to be jumping in to their upcoming event, and this is just one of two. And they're going to be talking about some first party games. Looking forward to that, seeing what they have to talk about. I'm going to address this in a few minutes. Also, we have some rather fucked up news. You know, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it already. But for those who haven't, we're going to be talking about the future of Evo and where it is now, and you know how it fell from grace. We're going to talk about that, and even some future game price changes, guys. Yes, with the next gen consoles right around the corner, it was only a matter of time before the prices of some of these games, brand new out of the box, start to percolate a little bit. We're going to talk about that, and we got so much more. Okay, I have my anime watch list, which basically means the current anime I am consuming at this current moment. I'm going to be talking about that, guys. Found a nice one, and I love every time I find an anime that I did not expect that I would appreciate. And yo, I just love those moments. Plus, you know, a couple anime that are coming this summer, man, that a lot of people have been anticipating, and some people don't even know even exist. Going to talk about some of that too. So without further ado, let's begin the motherfucking show. Now, the first thing I want to talk about, I think I'm going to go ahead and start with a little Souls-like game. Okay, you guys may have heard of it. It goes by the name of Mortal Shell. Now, I've talked about this briefly in an older podcast. I talk about so many goddamn video games. You know, sometimes I lose track of my goddamn self. But this game is going to be something special, I think. It definitely has the look and the feel of one of those Dark Souls games, man. Now, if you guys didn't know, for all the PC players out there, they actually have an open beta. Now, before it was only going to be a closed beta, and I think what happened was a lot of people started to bitch, started to moan about it, and really wanted to get their hands on it. And so they went ahead and changed it up a little bit, and they allowed everybody to fucking play it. So as of this podcast right now, as you are listening to this, the open beta is available right now on the Epic Games Store. Now, I'm not a PC player. It is also coming out to consoles, but you know, I don't know the schematics of that. But if you are a PC player and you do have access to Epic Games, then you can fucking get a taste right now at the game store. And I guess see for yourself, man, the differences and the things that it has in common with the Souls-like games out here. So just giving that information to you guys in case you didn't know. If you don't even know about the game Mortal Shell, definitely check it out. There's some gameplay. There's nice substantial array of gameplay footage on this game right now that you guys can check out online and see for yourselves, man. The game looks crazy, amazing. It looks dark. It looks crazy. It's just like a dark fantasy orgasm, So definitely have a gander at it and see if you like it or not. All right, moving on, guys, to the next issue at hand. Man, let's talk about Microsoft. Now, Microsoft is doing some fucking things out here in these digital streets. Okay, they got a lot of shit happening right now, man, in the month of July. So fucking much that I don't even know where to begin. Now, a lot of people who are into Microsoft and who are Xbox fans, they've been waiting for this. They've been waiting for this moment. And, I guess July 23rd, we'll have some questions answered, hopefully. Now, the reason why I mentioned that date is because that is supposed to be an Xbox event and they're supposed to be showcasing their first party games. I don't know all of their first party games, but a lot of them. Okay. They're talking cash money shit out here in these digital streets. They're claiming that they have a lot of things and that are going to blow people's minds, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, me personally, I'm one of those guys. I'm like, yo, you got to fucking show me. And before, anything else. All right. You can talk all of that shit you want, but your track record in the past speaks for itself. I got to see it. Okay. Now, Halo Infinite, of course, is one of their cornerstone, titles that everybody pretty much knows about. Me personally, I am not a, online multiplayer shooter player. I don't necessarily get into those games. Now I can appreciate them. I do understand how popular they are, but I don't really partake in those. Okay. Now a game that I am interested in, one of the first games that is supposed to be a first party game for Xbox that I would actually like to get my hands on is a new Fable game. Now this is a rumor. Right now, there's whispers in the streets that they're going to be showing this game. Now, these are the only two games, first party, that I can think of right now that I think will possibly be, demonstrated, shown, whatever you want to call it, on the 23rd. Now, they claim there's a lot more. And that's the thing that's piqued my interest because I was a guy months ago who even spoke on it on this podcast that I wanted to get both systems at one point in time. That I wanted to see what Xbox had to offer. And, I'm not really big on the backwards compatibility thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I can appreciate it and all of that, but I don't want to go any further back than, last gen, which is the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. There may be a couple titles here and there that, I would like to play, like Broken Bond, Naruto's Broken Bond on the Xbox 360. Okay, that's one game. But there's the most of these games, I'm cool with just moving on from. Okay, and just talking about the present day. Now, I just need to see first party games. I want to see games from Microsoft that will not be available on any other system. Because that's why you want to have that said system, right? The Nintendo Switch has a shit ton of games you can only get on the Nintendo Switch. A lot of them I fucking love to death. That's why I got the Nintendo Switch. Sony, same fucking thing. They have some of the best in-house studios on the fucking planet. They have some of the best games, man, out. And that's just me being honest, in my opinion. Now, Xbox, on the other hand, they have a couple games. You have your Gears of War, you have your, Halo and things of that nature. But, Forza, but I'm looking for like an RPG, an open world single player experience. Those are my favorite type of games, my favorite genre of game, second being fighting games and stuff like that. So, Killer Instinct, hey, they killed it. Great game, great title. That's one of the only fighting games that I couldn't play on PS4 that I wished I could play on the Xbox before I had an Xbox One. Okay. But yeah, other than that, man, I mean, let's see something new. Let's see some single player open world experiences. Let's see some of those story driven titles, man, that Sony keeps shitting out like it seems like every other fucking month, right? That's what I want to see, and that's what I'm waiting for. Now, if I see some of that, then I'll get excited again, and maybe then decide to, pick up that Xbox alongside the PlayStation 5. But we'll see. I mean, it's right around the corner, July 23rd, man. I mean, they're talking a lot of shit. So let's see. That's all we can do is speculate on what they may have. Now, they do have something called Xbox 2020. Now, supposedly this is a monthly stream, and they'll be basically, streaming news to us, giving us new information, what's to come, new titles, things they may be doing behind the scenes, and, all of that type of stuff. So, be looking out for that. And I think, like I said, July is going to be the kickoff to that, which is going to be the 23rd. I think a week ago they were talking about the 20th, but I think the 23rd is the actual concrete date. So be looking out for that, man. Cannot wait. Interested. Need to find out more. Because look, as much shit as I talk about Xbox, I don't want Xbox to fail. I'm only talking shit about Xboxes because I would like to see Xbox succeed. Take me back to the Xbox 360 days without the red ring of deaths. Okay. If you can take me back there when they reigned supreme for quite some time before Sony started to take over towards the end of that life cycle, that's where I like to be. I just would like to have first party titles that I could really, really appreciate and really, really fall in love with on every platform, because I have some for Nintendo and I have some for Sony. Nintendo, look, let me see. Daemon X Machina, my favorite game on the Nintendo Switch right now. I think it just went to PC, but had it day one, bought it day one for the Switch, and I fucking love that game. Also, we also have Astral Chain, another one of my favorite games on the Switch. One of my favorite companies, Platinum Games, knocking it out the park, man. They killed it. Okay, replayability on that game is still off the chain. I still need to go back and do things there. And, of course, a lot of the indie games, a lot of relationships that they actually have with Microsoft to put out certain games, man. Okay. Ori and the Blind Forest, Will of the Wisp, these type of titles, available. Cuphead, which was only available on the Microsoft brand, and now it's with the Nintendo. So they're doing things here and there, man. They're making moves and building relationships with Nintendo. But what is Microsoft going to bring? I can't answer that right now, but hopefully on the 23rd, I will be able to. Now, I don't know what day of the week that falls on, but I can rest assured that the podcast that comes after that is going to be a doozy. Okay. Because there's a lot of shit happening. Now, here's my next tidbit that I kind of want to talk about when we're talking about Xbox, man. And this is pretty cool, man. This is really exciting. And this is why I'm kind of happy that I have an Xbox One right now in my possession. Well, actually my son's Xbox, but I'm glad I have one here in the house. And I say that because Xbox has something coming out on the 21st. It's called the Summer Game Fest demo event. It's a lot of words, guys, I know, but it's coming out on the 21st. Now, what this is going to do, this is going to be available for Xbox One players only, but we get access to over 60 games to demo. Okay. So just think about all these demos for all these fucking games that are yet to come out. Now, some of these games are near completion. Some of these games aren't. Some of these games are fucking, still in the transitional phase, still in early stages. But these are games that we get access to where never before we were able to do that as players. Okay. A lot of these builds that we'll be getting our hands on are things that only were available to the fucking press at one point in time. Now, the reason why this is happening is because of the COVID-19 virus out here. Okay. And you can thank them for that, because if they have done anything right, this is right. This is cool. Okay. We benefit from this because there's no E3, there's no PAX, there's none of these gaming conventions that take place that all the press gets to go to. And then, a select few individuals who are, known out here in these digital streets are able to attend, and they get, first dibs on all of these fucking games, these demos. Or, if you wanted to go, you'd have to pay and buy a ticket and fly out and do all this crazy shit. You know what I mean? And now everybody with an Xbox One is going to get to experience this thing, man. And this is what I fucking love about it. This is exciting because never before has this been done. Okay. So basically it starts July 21st and it ends July 27th. So if you have an Xbox One around, dust that motherfucker off if you haven't been playing it and hook it back up and get prepped for July 21st. So you get about 6 days to try out games, download games, anything you might like, anything you could be interested in, get some footage from there, download it, test it out, and get yourself excited for what's to come. Okay. Now, most of these are going to be, third party games. You know what I mean? So they'll be available everywhere. So you can cut your teeth on them on the Xbox and that, hey, they'll eventually come out for other systems as well. So you can just pretty much pick and choose which system you want to buy it for. Okay. I'll definitely divulge more information as it comes through and these dates come up. I'll definitely keep you guys posted, and I'll definitely be talking about games that I enjoyed and demos that I liked. And, I'll be doing videos. You can probably check out StudioMguyvR TV as well. All of this shit, man, it's going down. So what this brings me to another point. I kind of want to segue in to my next point of why this shit is so cool and so awesome is because this could be the future. I thought to myself, could this be the future? Could COVID-19 be responsible for what's to come in the future as far as games and how we consume games, as far as how we get our demos, how we get our information? Because you have the press, but then if you can't meet and if you can't have these gatherings because of this COVID shit and because everybody's trying to, get all that shit together, then could this be what the future of gaming will be like? Will we be able to get access to these games just right in our living rooms, right in our homes, just like everybody else? Maybe not as soon as a lot of the press, as some of the press, but, we still being able to get our hands on a lot of these games and demos. I think this is the way of the future. I think this is how everything should be, in my humble opinion. I really do. Because everybody is going their separate ways now, if you think about it, man. And I'll get to some more of that later down the line on this podcast. But with the COVID-19 thing happening, everybody is taking it upon themselves as a company or companies to distribute what they see fit and what time and dates and games and information they want to give to the public. So you have Sony with their State of Play. You have Nintendo with Nintendo Direct, which they've been doing for a while now. And then you have Microsoft with their Xbox 2020 thing. Okay. And so on and so forth. And then you have some publishers who are doing it. Ubisoft has an event coming up this month. I mean, everybody has their thing that they're doing now, and they don't need to be at E3 or PAX or whatever else to get this information out. They can stage their own, press release and give everybody, Twitter, Instagram, let everybody know, hey, on this date, at this time, we're going to be talking about this. We're going to have gameplay, yada, yada, yada. And everybody fucking tunes in and they stream it. Boom, you're done. You know what I mean? I think that's where we're headed right now, guys. Same thing with how they're doing these games. Now, these publishers and these companies who are, making these games now, they're looking like, well, we should just make our shit and we should just put demos out and put press releases out for these demos and, just let people play them. Let the player get a taste of the game all around the world, all these countries, and then go from there. And there's your press. You know what I mean? There's your media. There's your buzz. There's all your things. You know what I mean? Bang, right there. So you have people chopping at the bit to get their hands on this game, months and months before the game is even released because they put out a demo to play. I mean, I remember the days when I used to get demos out of fucking gaming magazines. Okay. I remember getting, Shadow of the Colossus, a demo disc out of a fucking gaming magazine. And I wanted that game so fucking bad, man. I was obsessed because I played Eco and I fell in love with that game and the story and the art of that. And, now it looks like we are going to get more access. Now, this could be a one-time thing. We could get this now. They could manage the coronavirus here in the next year or so. And then next thing you know, we're back to everybody having, some of these get-togethers and meetings and stuff like that. But looking at it right now, as I see it, I think that this could very well be the future and how games are being perceived, how games are being put out. And it's only right with the technology. It's only right that it goes about it this way. You know what I mean? It's crazy, but I guess I'll reassess it when we get to that point. But like I said, July 21st, be on the lookout. If you have an Xbox One, definitely be on the lookout for all these demos, man. I think it's going to be a hit. I really do. And if it is, I think I see Sony doing it, following suit, and maybe even Nintendo. And technically, all of these, companies have demos per se now. Like, you can go to Microsoft, you could go to fucking Sony and Nintendo and get demos. But to get so many, and to get some of these like in fucking incomplete and beta forms, that's the thing I'm really talking about now. Now, these developers are able to share their progress on the game. So they may have started Kickstarter, and they may have made some deals with Sony or whatever, Microsoft, whoever. And they say, look, we can give you guys, here's our first 2 levels. Okay. Now, this could change dramatically between now and the day releases, but this is what we started with. This is the concept we have right now before you. Here it is. And that's what we're going to be getting. That's what a lot of these titles are going to be come July 21st. We're going to be getting games like that. Okay. Games that some of them are in their infancy. And that's the shit that I want to see. That's the cool shit. Like, it's almost like we're walking hand in hand with the developer, because let's keep it real with each other, guys. We're so spoiled now. I mean, back in the day when I was playing Nintendo and Sega and shit, and we just played the game when it came out. Okay. We may have got a whisper out here in these digital streets about a game coming out, but that was it. We waited, the game came out, and we fucking played it. And that was it. Now we have to know months in advance about the game. And then we have people who speculate, and then we speculate more. And then we bitch and moan if we get news on something and it doesn't, meet our expectations, and they end up changing shit. It's crazy the way it is now. It's a gift and a curse at the same time, but I think more of a gift, because if you can find a developer you resonate with, you enjoy their content or whatever, and they're making a game, and you have the ability to basically play shit as they are, mapping shit out in real time almost. You get an update every fucking 6 months or every 3 months. You get another build, and you're allowed to play that, and they can share certain parts of the game with you like that. That would be fucking awesome, man. That would be so cool. If Gen Design, formerly known as Team Eco, which is one of my favorite companies out here in the land, they did Eco, they did Shadows of the Colossus, they did The Last Guardian. If they did something like this, I'm there, front and center. Platinum Games, same thing. Some of my favorite companies, man. Now Naughty Dog, same thing. All of these companies, Rockstar. I mean, yeah, that'd be dope. I can't wait to see what's going to happen and where this takes us. Just the little information I thought I'd share with you guys. Some major points, in my humble opinion, and just be on the lookout for it. Even if you don't own an Xbox, hey, be on the lookout on YouTube and just be watching. Okay. Cause I'm sure there's going to be some diamonds, hidden all up in here. So I can't wait to find those. And I don't even know if I'll make it through all of the games, all the demos, but I'm going to try my best to get through most of them. I'm sure there's going to be some that I'm not interested in or whatever, but I definitely look forward to finding some of these diamonds, man. Okay. Yeah. So that being said, let's move on to the next subject. And that subject, guys, is, it's kind of fucked up, sad, even. And I'm talking about Evo. Okay. Evo has been canceled. Now, if you guys don't know what Evo is, it's basically a company who basically puts on, streaming fighting games, fighting competition between players, Capcom and, so many others. Okay. And they host tournaments. They had tournaments year round where, people would go and, like a tour, like a video game fighting sports, tour. Okay. Well, the reason why it's being canceled is because one of the co-founders of Evo has been accused of sexual misconduct. Okay, I'm not going to mention the guy's name because it's not worthy. It's not worth it. He's just a dickhead who, I guess, back in the day, in the early 2000s and late 90s, was trying to basically play lollipop games with teenage boys. Okay, that's basically what it is. All right, he was out here in these digital streets using games and, toys to, flirt and mess with teenage boys, doing strange things to him. Probably had warm butter in the back of his room, waiting to use it, waiting to, incapacitate somebody. Okay. And, that's just the gist of it, man. I mean, just keeping it 110%. Capcom has pulled out, Bandai Namco has pulled out, NetherRealm Studios has pulled out, and they probably won't be the last either. Okay. So basically when all those heavy hitters pull out, man, it's pretty much a fucking wrap. Okay. No more Evo. What's probably going to end up happening is they're going to find another company to basically have them be the face, and they, basically run ship, in the future. Right now, I don't know that information, but a lot of people were frustrated and kind of, let down by this news, because it fucked up a lot of things for a lot of people. It really did. And man, this cancer culture is fucking real out here, man. Even out here in these digital streets. Okay. Nobody's safe. Okay. So if you're out here doing strange things for a little piece of change, or if you're out here just in the dark thinking you can't be seen, hey, you might want to think twice. Okay. With this technology and what's going on here, man. I mean, these motherfuckers will come back and sink your battleship like an old Bill Cosby rape. Okay. Just putting that out there for motherfuckers who don't know how to act. Okay. Who can't control themselves. It's real out here. And, there's nothing else to be said. I'm a little upset because, I enjoyed Evo. I enjoy watching a lot of these fights, man, these comebacks, some of my favorite fighting games, Street Fighter, Dragon Ball Fighters now, and some of these other ones, Tekken 7, the list goes on and on. Soul Caliburs, all of these games. I love the fighting genre. That's my second favorite genre in video games. And, watching these matches and doing all that, it was cool. I mean, you still have the old matches and you still have everything up to this point, but the future is what I'm concerned about. Where it's going now, what's it going to be? It's never going to be, I don't think it's going to be Evo anymore, at least for the foreseeable future. It's just so much shit going on right now in 2020, man. It's ridiculous. It's just so much shit to take in. Okay. And it's almost like it's spilled into everything that, we do and or love. It's like you can't avoid the shit. If you're a guy like me who just wants to, enjoy his anime and his video games, like the nerd that I am, I can't simply just enjoy those things without dealing with what else is happening, because it's seeping into all of that. It's everywhere. You know what I mean? So you just have to roll with the punches, and you have to find a way to get past it and just keep moving forward, man, and try to be the best you that you can be. And that's what I'm trying to do. And I hope that is what all my listeners are trying to do. I don't doubt it. I love you guys, and I appreciate everybody who listens to this show and who supports this show. And I will keep doing this, and I will not stop, because, hey, I do it anyway, because that's how much I love this shit. Okay. But it's always good to know that you have that support. It's always good to know that you have somebody out there listening that, agrees with some of the things you say, likes some of the things you like. And it's just a beautiful thing when you can connect with those people, those individuals. That's why I really wanted to do this podcast, to connect with other people who liked a lot of the same things that I did. That I can sit there and have a conversation with that guy at the coffee shop who saw me wearing a Dragon Ball shirt, and all of a sudden sparks up a conversation. And that 5-minute conversation turns into a 20-minute conversation about anime or video games or whatever. You know what I mean? That community, those people, that's why I do this for. I've met lots and lots of people who are just so awesome, man. Just because of this podcast. Okay. Just behind video games, meeting some of these people and becoming really, really good friends with them, you know, and it's just a beautiful thing. And that's why I do it. And that's why I won't stop. And that's why I'll continue to do what I do out here in these digital streets. But, yeah, man, it's just a lot going on. And, you know, I try to not think about it too hard because, like I said, life's too fucking short. You know what I mean? Have fun. Enjoy the things you fucking enjoy doing and don't let anybody get in the way of that. That's what I say, you know? Now, let me get on to the next subject while I'm babbling. Let's talk about games and let's talk about the prices, the future of video game prices. Okay. There's been a lot of talk out here in these digital streets right now about $70. That's the magic number, $70. Okay. People are confirming left and right that the next gen consoles, the games that come out are going to be $70 now opposed to $60. Now, me personally, guys, if you ask me this, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. Okay. I would have thought it would happen on the PS4 lifetime. Same thing with the Xbox One. Okay. But it didn't. It's been $60 for, man, as long as I can fucking remember. I think, to be honest with you, the games were that fucking expensive way, way back when the Nintendo. I think I remember when Super Mario Brothers 3 came out. If I'm not mistaken, man, that motherfucker came out at $59.99. Years and years and years ago. Okay. Is it time for a new change in price? If you ask anybody, that person, they'll say no. I'd take a cheaper game all day, every day. But am I surprised that this would be the new price point? No. Do I have a problem with paying $70 for a PlayStation 5 game or Xbox Series X game? Honestly, no, because I expected this and we're getting up there as far as specs and, just progression in tech where we are now, what it costs to make these games and, produce all this stuff. So no, I'm not really surprised and I don't have a problem paying 70. Now, if it was any higher than that, maybe I start to get a little iffy, but I'm not even worried about that because think about it, guys. Okay. The gaming world, the gaming market is a strange one in a sense. Sometimes, yes, they come out brand new, $70 after tax. You're probably looking at about $76 and some change. Okay. But what happens in video games, guys? Some of the best games available right now that have ever been made are $10, $15. God of War you can get for $10 right now on fucking Amazon. Okay. You can. And they drop in price pretty quick. Okay. A brand new game that would come out at $60, $70. Okay. In about 6 months time, that you can damn near get that game for $20, $30, especially catch it on a sale. Okay. So I'm not worried about that because a game will come out after 90 days, man, it's dropped. The price is dropped. After 6 months, man, it goes even further. And then if you talk about Black Friday and these other type of sales that they always have, you can always find a deal. And then you always have eBay and you always have, Amazon. So I'm not worried about that. Give it a few months after a game comes out. Boom, you're good. If it's not a game that you don't have to have like day one, and usually those, are first party games, then I wouldn't even fucking trip. I wouldn't even fucking worry. I just wait and then get it when it's cheaper, especially, later on. I'd say maybe about a year into the next gen consoles life cycle. You'll have that same problem that everybody had, when the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One first came out. There were not enough games. Okay. And then after time, then you started to lose control of what was coming out. And it seemed like every other fucking week a game was coming out and you didn't have enough time to play everything. There's so many games on the PlayStation 4 that I have not played that I want to play, but I have not had the time or chance to get to play them yet. Now, a lot of these games, when I go back and find them, they will be dirt cheap. And I see them every day almost now. I see all kind of sales and stuff like that. I mean, my cousin just bought a PS4 recently, man, and he got God of War. He got Horizon Zero Dawn. He got all these fucking games for the dirt. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, and these are some of the best games ever made, and he's playing them, and he's getting them pennies on the dollar, damn near. Okay, so if you're worried about that price thing, don't worry about it too much. I mean, it's only $10 more than what you would have paid, if you really wanted a game. And most of these, from my experience, are going to be that first party game. Okay. The third party games, there's some of them you'd play. Cool. Yeah. But most of them, you can kind of wait on and just come back around. And then, of course, money. I mean, look, okay, I can only afford, there's 2 games coming out this month I really want to play. You're going to pick which one you want to play more than the other one. You pick that one, and then you wait for the price drop on the other one, or when you get the money. Okay. Problem solved. And sometimes you end up forgetting about that game for whatever reason. Find another one you want that resonates with you, buy that, and then comes back around another year. Oh shit, I forgot. Yeah. Oh man, I want to play. This is only $20 now. Boom. Got him. You know what I'm saying? There you have it. So that's my view on the $10 hike up, for next gen games. I'd really love to know what some of my listeners think about this. Are you guys willing to pay that extra 10? Does it bother you? How do you feel about that? I don't know. It's something we could discuss. You could easily holler at your boy. I'm easy to find on social media, man. I tell you guys that all the fucking time. Twitter is at StudioMguyvR. Instagram is at StudioMguyvR79. There's also a Facebook page that's at StudioMguyvR as well. And don't forget Studio MacGyver TV on YouTube. Okay. I'm doing 4 videos a week now on a consistent basis. I'm talking about games. I'm talking about anime. And yeah, man, just go there for some extra Studio MacGyver shit. If you can't get enough of the podcast and you want more, just check out Studio MacGyver TV and it'll be there for you. Okay. Yeah. Now, end of the show, kind of want to go over some anime, guys, with you. And yeah, what I've been watching, what I'm looking forward to watching, because I haven't had a lot of time to watch anime. Last of Us 2 came out not too long ago, and I'm on my second playthrough now. I'm not rushing it this time. I'm taking it slow. I mean, slow sometimes. I might play an hour a day. You know what I mean? But I get a little bit in every, time I get a chance. And I'm enjoying myself. Okay. I think next I'm going to go ahead and, slap up some Uncharted 4. But Ghost of Tsushima's dropping in a couple weeks actually. So that'll be my next venture. And I think that'll be the last game I pay for on the PlayStation 4 platform, I think. The next thing I pay for will probably be the next gen console. Cyberpunk 2077, that's going to be tricky because it's supposed to be coming out in November. And I think that the PlayStation 5 is coming out in November as well. That's just a shot in the dark. I'll keep you guys posted on the actual release date and all of that when it actually comes up. But I don't know what they're going to do with that. So I'm trying to see how I'm going to make that work. I do want to play Cyberpunk 2077. That is going to be a first day one for me. But am I going to get a PlayStation 5 and play it on that? I'm not sure. I'll readdress that situation when I get to it. But as of right now, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, that'll be it. But as far as anime is concerned, here's one that caught me off guard. I just have to say it. And I couldn't believe it myself. Now, if you guys don't know, my anime taste, the new listeners out here listening, it used to be strictly shonen type anime. Now, when I say shonen, I mean a lot of action, fast paced type of, scenery type of anime that I like, the Narutos of the world, Dragon Ball, things of that nature. Okay. And darker fantasy as well. I love me some Berserk. I love Kimetsu no Yaiba, Demon Slayer, Fire Force. I love those types of anime. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, that type of stuff. My Hero Academia, that type of shit in my wheelhouse, right? But recently, in the last year or so, I've been watching a lot of anime that doesn't necessarily have all the action, that a lot of anime has. And I really started to expand my palette, so to speak. And I started realizing that some of the best anime is, anime that doesn't necessarily stem from shonen and those type of action packed anime. It's just, all I need is a good story, and I just want to be entertained. It's that simple. You know what I mean? And the first one that really made me kind of realize that was an anime by the name of High Score Girl. I talked about this anime a couple times on this podcast, guys. If you don't know about High Score Girl, definitely check it out. It's on Netflix, season 1 and season 2 now available. One of my favorite anime, and that's saying something, because like I said, I really love some of these other ones I just mentioned, and it's up there in a different way. Okay, it's a different flavor. It's a different, it's just a different vibe, but it still delivers the same kind of punch. It's still a great anime, and I highly recommend it. But another one that I've heard people talking about a lot is Food Wars. Yes, Food Wars, an anime about fucking cooking food, right? That's what I fucking said. Okay, that's what I was thinking in my mind when I first heard about Food Wars. Now, I've seen it. I have never watched it, but I've seen it. I've seen pictures. I've seen, clips. And, a lot of people have been talking about this one, and a lot of people have been recommending this one to me, right? I cook. I can cook. I'd like to say that I'm pretty skilled in the kitchen. I cook most of the meals here in the household where I'm at, and that's pretty good, right? Anyway, I just didn't think an anime about cooking shit would be entertaining. But to have 5 seasons out on this anime, it has to have made it 5 seasons for a reason. And let me tell you, it is the shit, okay? My boy Soma is the shit. All right. It's basically about this kid named Soma who grew up in a small shop. Well, not shop, but a small diner with his dad. And he basically, has cook-offs with his dad every fucking day. His dad beats his ass every day, but his dad is fucking wet. Okay, that's amazing, or highly skilled. If you don't know that term, something I created. I use it from time to time in the podcast. But anyway, his daddy is fucking wet. And, his son is very, very good as well. And one day his daddy just decides, he gets a phone call and he decides to leave. And before he leaves, he tells his son, look, I'm going to be gone for a while. You need to go here, which is a school for cooking. Okay, it's the creme de la creme. It's the top of the line. You have to be so good. It's very, very cruel. They don't take any shit. If you suck a little bit, if you fumble a little bit, you're done. Okay, at the school. It's a cutthroat school. So he goes there thinking he knows everything, but he gets there and he finds out that there's a lot to learn still. But he's the shit. He's the shit, man. And I recommend this anime to anybody who is just looking for something different. You're looking for something new, something just, catch you off guard, man. And when I saw High Score Girl, it kind of opened my eyes to the fact that I need to do that myself. I don't need to stay in a one lane when it comes to anime. I need to expand my palette. I need to explore different types and different genres of anime, because there's thousands of different anime out here. And I mean that. I'm not over exaggerating at all. And there's something out there for everybody. And I think that somebody who, really loves shonen anime would come to appreciate and can come to appreciate other types, man. And there's another, you have your harem animes as well, which I recently started watching within the last year. And I've really grown to love those a lot too, man. Like High School DxD. I really fucking love that anime. Chivalry of a Failed Knight. I fucking adore that anime. And there's others like that as well. Okay. High School of the Dead. That's a movie. No, wait, is that no, that's an anime. That's an anime. Yes. 12 episodes. My bad. There's just so many that I've seen, guys, in the past year. And these are some of the ones that just really, really resonated with me and just kind of just, slap me in the face, so to speak. There's some excellent ones out here, man. I'm telling you. And Food Wars is definitely worthy of that. is definitely worthy of it. Okay, it's one of the top animes out here, guys. And I'm still early on. I'm still season 1. I think I'm about 20 episodes. I'm about 19 to 20 episodes in, and I plan on getting as far as I can. I don't know how many episodes are on Netflix yet. I didn't even look that far. I'm just running through season 1. I think it's on Hulu. I remember seeing it on Hulu. I don't know if it's dubbed or not though, so I need to double check that. But yeah, I know there's a 5th season that just recently came out, and so I got a lot to watch. So I'm comfortable there. I think I'm gonna sit on Food Wars for a while, and I'm gonna probably go ahead and do I think I'm gonna do Fire Force start from season 1 again, because now the whole complete season 1 all dubbed is on Hulu now. Okay, before I remember bitching about that, how they had 12 episodes, basically part 1, which was 12 episodes only available on Hulu, and now they actually have all 24 episodes dubbed. So I think I'm gonna run that back. And season 2 just debuted on the 3rd. So if you guys are looking for that next season of Fire Force, man, Crunchyroll has it. It came out. The first episode is out now. I think the second episode comes out on the 10th. I want to say July 10th. Yeah. So I haven't even watched the first episode yet, but I'm excited. I kind of like to let some of these build up, 3-4 episodes at a time, so I can, watch them and don't necessarily, feel like a crackhead, because one episode is just not enough for me. You know what I mean? Sometimes. So I watch a few, try to find something else to do for a few weeks, come back and watch another 2 or 3. That's pretty much how I try to do these if I can. Also, one that everybody has been talking about, an anime that everybody's been pretty much buzzing about, The God of High School, is an anime that is just around the corner. Comes out July 6th. Okay. I think that's tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be 13 episodes from what I know, and I think it's going to be pretty dope. Can't wait to check it out, see what it's about. I'll definitely be watching that one. There's a lot of them, and Tower of God has been moving along. I haven't got a chance to come back around and check that one out. Only saw the first couple episodes, but I got so much stuff going on, man. New baby on the way. She'll be here in August, man. August 4th, I think, is the actual date. Her name is Yuri. I named her after one of my favorite characters, King of Fighters, and I just love that name. Little Japanese culture, man, for you right there. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with my listeners because I love you guys, man. Just a little something. She'll definitely be on my Instagram soon enough when she gets here, so you guys can definitely have a gander at her. My son is on there in some spots. I don't share a lot of my kids. I typically don't do that a lot, but I'll give everybody just a taste, into my world, what I'm doing, what I surround myself around or whatever, beautiful children. I love them dearly. And yeah, man. So there's a lot of stuff about to get shooken up. Okay. You might even hear a baby from time to time crying in the background on my podcast. I'm going to try to keep it edited, but I might keep it in there just for some originality too. You know what I mean? I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, but yeah, man, I mean, those anime are what I'm interested in seeing right now, guys. That's what I'm pretty much working with. If you guys have any recommendations, please let me know, through my feeds, through my networking. You guys can let me know. I'd love to listen to what you guys have to bring to the table, and maybe you guys have something in your back pocket that I just have to see, but I have no idea. I don't even know about this anime, so please enlighten me, and let me know what I might be missing. With that being said, guys, I think that's going to do it for the show. Okay. I got everything off my chest. I think everything off of my plate that I needed to talk about. Like I said, there's a lot of shit going on with Xbox. You guys definitely keep your eyes peeled on that. And, I'm ready for Sony to come back, and smack back end of July, early August sometime. So just, so much stuff in the air. A lot of things going on in the month of July, guys, I think, down the line. So I can't wait to talk about Ghost of Tsushima. That's coming out very soon. There's a lot of things happening. I want to thank all my listeners. I want to thank everybody who, streams, downloads, checks this show out. And we do this every Monday. If you love the show, even if you just like the show, man, go to Studio McGyver TV. Go to YouTube, type in Studio McGyver TV, subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're into, gear like hats, hoodies, beanies, shit like that, surrounding nerd culture and video games, you want to check out Beautiful Nerds. That's beautifulnerds.com, www.beautifulnerds.com. Nerds is spelled Nurdz. They update every month. There's always new shit there you can check out, and just buy something. Yeah, tell them I sent you. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to get my ass up out of here, guys. I've been talking long enough. Once again, I want to say thank you for listening to the show. I love you guys so much. The support is real. Okay. All my listeners, everybody who fucks with me, man. Hey, I got nothing but love for you, and I appreciate you listening to the show. This is Studio McGyver, and you have been listening to Studio McGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.